So the show Marriage X Toxin just wrapped up today. And honestly, it's one of the more unique shows I've seen in a while. The show's initial premise is about just the average shonen. And the shonen part is all based around these killing families, basically. They're all families that specialize in a certain way of killing. Like there's one that uses beasts, one that uses water, but the main character, the one that whole show is focused on, is one that uses poison. But from the first episode, the show quickly turns into something more. Ikurugero, the main character's actual main conflict, is nothing to do with the action itself, nothing to do with the killing industry. It's all about him needing to find a wife. So in episode one, he rescues his marriage counselor, also that he can have help find the wife. And that's what this whole show revolves around, is actually the romance part of the series. And then after that, the show really takes place in different scenarios where Garo's just taking jobs to help out so that he can find a wife. In this, he does still have all this action. He still fights all these people, but overall, that's just kind of the subplot of this whole story. And overall, the show is just such a nice blend of this romance and action while also maintaining like a comedy undertone. And for me, most romance anime only have about one defining characteristic that really separates them from each other. What makes Marriage X Toxin different is that it has 20 defining characteristics from other romance animes. And the show goes for this quintessential quintuplets feel where the audience all basically resonates with one of the options, one of the potential love interests, and goes with that one. But it doesn't fully succeed at doing this, in part because it's only 13 episodes, but by trying to get multiple love interests in this one short season, it doesn't let them develop as much as they need to for this kind of show. There's only one love interest in the show that has a long enough arc to truly develop, and that's only at the end. Another problem with the show is that we see the main character as this assassin. He even states himself that battling is not his specialty. But the only time we actually see him do something like this, something like assassination, is in episode one. And we don't see it at all for the rest of the episodes. And something like that just seems so much more interesting than average shonen action. But there's still a lot of good in the show. The main dynamics, although not very fleshed out, are still very interesting. I just wish there were more of it. Each love interest in this show does seem suitable and a possibility for Gato. Also, the marriage counselor that's in the show is done so well. The initial thoughts of this character is that they are going to be a love interest, like an average best friend turned love interest that happens in so many shows, but this easily gets shut down by a simple fact. On episode 1, it reveals that the marriage counselor is in fact a boy. And Garo's not one of us, bro. He's not into femboys. But yes, the show is very fun. I'm glad I checked it out. And it's already confirmed for season 2, so that's pretty nice. So if you're looking for something unique in the romance genre specifically, because I know that's pretty dried up these days, I think you should check this out. And also, never skip the intro and never skip the outro in the show, because both are absolute bangers. By looking at the clips and hearing what I'm saying, you think the show's for you, then just check out episode 1. No harm in doing that. And other than that, that's all I got. Good 7 out of 10 show.